Welcome to episode 174 of the Rated Control Show, sponsored by AmianHobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store. The TLR22 SCT's release last week was one of the highest trending topics in RC social media. Look for our full review of this exciting new release in the upcoming November issue of Rated Control Car Action Magazine. And check out these tuning tips from Stephen Best.
Hey everybody, it's Stephen Best, Executive Editor for RC Car Action Magazine. Today I'm going to give you 3 tuning tips for the TLR22 SCT. This is my review truck. This is the truck that you're going to read about in the November 2012 issue of RC Car Action Magazine, which should be on the newsstand and in subscriber mailboxes very, very shortly. The 3 tips I have for you. The first is setting the ball diff and the slipper. Setting the ball diff is just like any other normal ball diff, but you want to make sure that you run it a little bit on the tight side because of the weight of this truck. And the slipper setting is extremely important. One thing I noticed is during the first 5 or 10 runs with this truck, no matter how I set the slipper on the bench, as those slipper pads broke in, the truck was slipping more than I wanted it to on the track, which was causing it just to kind of sit there and pause. I didn't get the acceleration I wanted or the ability to jump some of the jumps. So as those pads break in, make sure you're tightening that slipper nut in small increments each time out. You're going to know that this thing is set right when you hold the rear tires with both hands and then grab your transmitter, hit the throttle. The front of the truck, the nose should raise just a little bit. You don't want it doing a wheel stand, but you also don't want it just sitting there and slipping all day. So check the slipper settings every single run for your first 5 or 10 runs. It sounds excessive, but it's not. You want this thing functioning properly. Next, ride height. Ride height is extremely important with this truck. TLR recommends 29 millimeters. As the springs break in from use during your first 5 or 10 runs, you're going to be adjusting the ride height on this truck as well. I noticed after my first couple of runs, the back end of the truck was just dragging around almost like I had a broken shock. I didn't. Everything was set the way that I had it set, but as those springs break in, they'll start to compress a little bit more, and all you need to do is just carry a ride height gauge with you and check the ride height every single run for your first 5 or 10 runs. Not a big deal. Do that when you're checking the slipper. Finally, building the shocks. The new shocks for this truck are awesome, but they are emulsion style shocks. They do not have a pressure bladder in the top. There's a bleeder screw in the top of the cap. It's imperative that you build these shocks with the same pressure in all 4 shocks. If you want to watch a good tutorial on how to do this, check out the video that we shot with TLR's Mike Truey. You can click on the link right here. Bling! Hopefully that will be edited in and I won't look like a complete idiot by the time this makes it onto the show. Mike Truey walks you through how he builds his shocks, and what you want to do is make sure that when they're compressed and they're bled properly, that the rebound, the amount that the shock comes back out, the shaft comes back out of the shock, is the same for all 4 shocks. If that doesn't happen, the truck will feel unpredictable. It's very important that you nail that. So, diff setting, slipper setting, ride height, shock building. Nail those things and you're going to have a truck that handles like a dream. Check us out on rccaraction.com, like us on Facebook, and make sure to send me an email, stephenb@airage.com, if you have any feedback. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
The RC hobby and industry has its trade shows like RCX, and so does the growing industry of unmanned vehicles and drones. Held annually in Las Vegas, the Association of Unmanned Vehicle Systems International's North America Trade Show is enjoying an increasingly diverse collection of unmanned technology. Turning its attention to the civilian market, this show had everything from underwater and ground-crawling robots to the newest drones and surveillance systems.
We're at AUVSI's Unmanned Systems North America 2012. This is our 39th conference and symposium. We're here located in Las Vegas, Nevada. We cover all domains, air, ground, and maritime. It's unmanned systems and robotics. Our show really started out as more of a defense show, but just probably in the last 3 to 4 years we've really seen more exhibitors and more attendees that are really focused on the civil market. AUVSI actually helped craft some of the language that was in the FAA reauthorization bill that will push for integration by 2015. It's very exciting for our industry because our industry would really like to see this technology used for law enforcement, border security, and then all the commercial applications, agriculture, cargo freight, weather monitoring, wildlife tracking. I mean, there's just an endless amount of applications for this technology.
A-Main Hobbies, the biggest selection of remote control cars, trucks, planes, and helicopters. Want parts and accessories? A-Main Hobbies has what you need. Visit us at amainhobbies.com or call 800-705-2215. Get it all at A-Main Hobbies. Leave your competition in the dirt.
There's little doubt that the true home of RC Giant Scale is the annual Joe Null Fly-In at the Triple Tree Aerodrome in Woodruff, South Carolina. Every year, the biggest of the big come together and have an amazing time. And ever since they built a lake right on the property, all sorts of float planes have been coming to join the fun. Check out this amazing L4 Grasshopper. Special thanks to our friends at SKS Video Productions for providing the footage.
Hello, my name's Bob Comro from Durand, Wisconsin. This is a new 60% Hempel L4 Cub with scratch-built floats. The plane weighs approximately 120 pounds. We have a 3W275 engine up front with a 3713 propeller. The floats were constructed with an aluminum tube backbone with foam cores cut and then slid into place. All streamlined aluminum tubing for the strut support work. Custom machined mounting blocks, high tensile steel rod flying wires, 6/32 size. The floats are a slightly modified EDO version with a flat top, automotive paint with clear coat, ultra coat covering on the aircraft, 100-ounce tank, JR 8911s all the way around, and 5 receivers. 1 up front for the rudder, choke, throttle, and the water retracts, 2 in the rear for left and right elevator, 1 in each wing for a total of 5. It also features retractable water rudders, which is handy when you're in shallow water, and 18 servos, 4 on each aileron, 4 on the rudder, 2 on each elevator, throttle, choke, retracts.
The Radio Control Car Action Short Course Special Issue is on sale now and is full of action. The hottest trucks including the TLR 22 SCT, HPI Super 5 Flux, and the Proline Tune Slash. Racing reviews, instructive how-tos, and much more. Pick up your copy today on AirAgeStore.com and look for it on your local newsstand. Head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the October issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News, or get it now on AirAgeStore.com, iTunes, or BarnesandNoble.com. Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show, and we'll see you next time.